Hello, Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday. Monday is Tips Day. We're continuing with more cruise tips from people that sent them to me. Last week we had some from Mel. This week I have some more from Walter and Yolanda. They've sent me a lot of tips and they're always good. So let's hope they keep up the good work. Last week, apparently Mel had attached a lot of attachments on the email, which I put on at the end of the video or in the video somewhere. I forget what I did. But remember, if you send these to me and there's attachments, put in the header or the title, there are attachments. And then maybe I'll note, I don't want to look at them. I'll have to look after because I don't read these in advance. I react so that the attachments may give it away. I don't know. So I appreciate getting the tips, but attachments, I don't know. Pictures, I don't know. Story time. Do you remember as a kid, you used to have those picture books and you used to fold them out and they were great. Can't do that though. Anyway, Walter and Yolanda's tips. Mick, as promised, here are some cruise tips. You know, I always like to pick up on grammar, and I'm the worst for that. If I ever text you or I send you a Facebook message, I have a horrible habit of not reading it before I send it. So I'll follow up with correcting the words that were wrong. Sometimes you gotta be careful because they can be a bit risque if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you do the wrong thing. Anyway. All right, as promised, here are some cruise tips. In your recent video, watches came up and you asked, does anyone still wear a watch anymore? I don't. I've still got several. I have no idea where they are. I'm sure they're somewhere. But I also know they're guaranteed dead batteries because I haven't worn a watch in years. You know when you say, what's the time? You have to reach in your pocket and get a phone out, instead of doing that. But that's just me. And it reminded us of a cruise tip. Yes, we are some of the people that still wear watches, and it is primarily when we go on cruises for several reasons. Yolanda likes to wear a watch when we're on the ship to tell the time, as she doesn't carry her phone around the ship, especially on sea days. There you go. I've always got to have mine because I'm always on the lookout for pictures to help me. If I see like a menu, I get a picture of a menu. If I want to look something up on the hub, and get screenshots if I think about it, So for me, I have to have a phone on me at all times. Always working for you, for the 7 of you that are now watching, because it's increased from 5 to 7. I have an inexpensive Casio waterproof watch that I wear to the pool or hot tub to be able to tell the time on deck so that we don't miss a reservation or an event. Perfectly fine reasoning. Again, I can honestly say I'm coming up to cruise number 73, I think it is, overall. 68 on Carnival. I've still yet to go in a pool. I did go in a pool once when I was stuffing ping pong balls into my Speedos. Oh, and another time when I was stuffing fruit into my swimming costume. Wasn't Speedos that day. That would have been bad. So yes, I've been in a pool twice, both to try and win a ship on a stick, stuffing things inside. Yeah. I'm going to make a video, try and dig up video of all the really embarrassing things I've done over the years on a cruise ship. And do a compilation of all the stupid things I've done and put that out one week. I've done some stupid things. Some ships have clocks on deck, but they don't always seem accurate. Who's telling me about it? You ever been up down the stairs and looked at the time on the wall clock things they have up between the decks? They're hardly ever right. Not that I would know, but I have done it sometimes. I've gone and nope. They don't change when you're going on the ship. The ship time changes to local time or whatever. They don't change. Yeah, so don't go by any. I wouldn't trust any ship's clocks ever. Because, you never know if they're right or not. Very good point. Very good observation, Walter and Yolanda. Because I don't know who writes these. I don't know if it's Walter, right? No, I think it's actually... Yes, it is Walter, because he says Yolanda likes to wear a watch, and I haven't. So this is definitely Walter that writes this. Well, I hope so. Some ships have clocks on deck, but they don't always seem accurate, and they aren't always visible. I know you don't go in the pool or hot tub. See, Walter watches. But some viewers might find this tip helpful, which is what I was trying to say. See, we are like twinsies. The main reason I like to have a watch on a cruise is so that we know the ship's time, especially in port. We don't like to trust my phone to give us the proper ship time in port, so I will adjust my watch to the ship's time. I actually do adjust my phone to never change time. So I don't know if you know that, Walter, but there's a tip back at you, because you can set your phone up to stay on the time you have it on when you leave port, no matter what. Although I do keep asking Julie just in case. We always try to be back a couple of hours before all aboard time. All aboard! But you never know when you might be cutting it close, and it's so important to be on ship time. Yes, it is. And that's something you have to factor in a lot of these out ports when you go out of the area a lot of times. If you're doing like a local excursion especially, at 10 o'clock to them, maybe 9 o'clock in reality to you. So if you are doing private excursions, be extra careful that you are on ship's time, not local time. That's very good. I like the way you predicted what I was going to say, and I actually said it before I read that you were predicting it. All right, if anybody else wears a watch, put it in the comments. The 8 of you now that are watching, because I feel like we just picked somebody up. I do. All right, next tip. For those that have mentioned that they take a small fan on board with them, here is a cabin tip. Oh, God. You know, on last week's with Mel, I said this week I was going to bring Julie's fan and show it, and I totally forgot. Next week, I'm going to get Julie's fan she just bought and show you what it looks like. I'll probably end up doing it when Dave does his tips in a couple of weeks. So anyway, for those that have mentioned they take a small fan on board with them, here is a cabin tip. Take a clip-on car air freshener with you and clip it onto your fan in your cabin. After the cruise, just use the remaining air freshener in your car. Seems perfectly valid to me. We do that poo-pourri. Because, although with this fan, maybe we'll have to do that now. I don't know. Julie does smell. Let's see if she's watching. She don't watch. She'll tell me sometimes she'll leave these running in the background just so I can get views. She don't watch them. There's no way, because if she does, she'll react to me saying that. She does smell well. All right, good. Next one. We have heard that on Carnival Firenze, the biscuits at the chicken shack are hard and dry. Our tip is to grab a soft roll from the buffet before or after and make your own chicken sandwich. This will probably work on any ship where the biscuits are hard and dry, like Chicken Shack or Shack's Big Chicken. Well, first off, what's Chicken Shack? Is there a ship with a chicken shack on it? I'm not saying there isn't, but I've never heard of that. Shack's Big Chicken. But I don't know, is that a different cruise line maybe? Am I going crazy? I don't think there's a chicken shack on Carnival. Don't matter. It's being pedantic right now. But yeah, you know, it's a funny thing. I actually have gone away from having bread on a cruise ship. I have two rules on a cruise ship, and 2 rules only that I really try and stick to all the time. I have many that I try and stick to, but I never do, like going to the gym every day and then never going. Always taking up valuable packing space with workout gear I never use. But the 2 I try and stick to as much as possible are no bread, ever, and no elevators. They're my 2. Which is, I'm not going to lie, I have cheated on the no elevators a couple of times on the XL class ships. Because if you're on deck 6 and you want to go up to deck 16, so I have cheated a couple of times. But no. Yeah, so that's perfectly fine. And also, I don't eat butter. I never have. So I never put butter on my bread. Just don't like it. So I have dry bread anyway if I add it. But I don't have bread on cruise ship. And when I'm at home, I'm very fussy with my bread. Because I try not to eat too much bread. So I only get, like, we love Publix. I get the 5 grain bread with the pub subs. Because everybody does if you've been to Publix, you've had a pub sub and you know what I'm talking about. But the bread, it's got to be in-store cooked bread for me. I'm not doing any of that bread in bags. No. Snob. I'm a bread snob because I don't eat much. And the little I eat, I'm going to be a bread snob. I didn't used to be, but I am now. Anyways. And I'm assuming, You know, when you say that, Walter and Yolanda, about Carnival Frenzy, I mean, that could be, and I've not heard that, but that could be that was just one batch they bought. So I'm not saying that they're always hard and dry. And that doesn't mean that wouldn't happen on any other ship. So I guess the tip is overall, if you're ever on a cruise ship, be it Carnival, Celebrity, whatever, if bread at one place is hard and dry, you don't like it, go somewhere else and find some softer bread. All right, and we have a cruise tradition. As I always like to say, and I kind of zoomed in a little bit on my camera today, so I'm not sure if you can even see it above me, but above I have all these inflatable ships that we get signed when we go on a cruise on a pub crawl, although I am running out, and I am moving to buckets and spades and frisbees. But I love cruising traditions. As we previously mentioned to you, we drive to the cruise port. It's about a 4-hour drive for us. Our cruise tradition is to stop halfway and have a nice light lunch to break up the drive and give us a travel break. It makes our travel time almost 5 hours, but it doesn't seem so bad with the break in the middle. Thank you, Walter and Yolanda. Yeah, and again, I find I'm saying this a lot on these tips recently. I am completely the opposite. We always try and drive straight through and not stop. But I totally get why people would. I hate long distance driving. When we moved from San Diego to St. Pete, that was a drive, and we did that in 3 days. We were driving 14, 15-hour days, but we didn't want to spread it out. I hate we used to go to Vegas. It was a 4.5-hour drive, and I would drive non-stop to Vegas. And now we drive down to Miami quite a bit, and we do have a toilet break on the way down at this one rest stop, and we switch out who's driving, but that's a 5-minute break, and then we go on. So. And then we also, here's another tip within a tip for you there. If you are driving, when you get to the port, as long as you have time, which you should, fill up with gas. So when you leave, you've got a full tank. Don't fill up with gas after you get back. It's one less thing to worry about. You want to get on the road and get moving. Fill up with gas before you leave. How's that? I'm always one-upping you, Walter and Yolanda, but Walter wrote. All right, great tips. Great tips. Yeah, the watch thing, I actually started looking at people now to see if they wear a watch. And there's not many people wear a watch, but there's a good number of people that do. And I've noticed that the ones that do, I don't know if this is a status thing or not, tend to be bigger watches. I don't see many people with small watches. I think if people spent a lot of money on a watch back in the day, they still like to wear it because they spent so much money on it. Whether that's a status thing or not, I don't know. But yeah, I've noticed not many small watches. Yeah, I used to wear little tiny. Remember the calculator watches, or there was ones that had a stopwatch on them, and you could do it when you were a kid. So exciting. But no, I don't. I even, like I said, I have 5 or 6 of them. I've no idea where they are. No idea. All right. Thank you, Walter and Yolanda. Next week I have Bryce, and then the week after that, heaven help us, we have Dave. Hopefully Samantha wrote these ones. We'll find out. All right, if you enjoyed this, please send me yours. I will read them out. I will be nice most of the time. And my email is coming up at the end of this video for you to send them to. So send them, and then if you have any questions, email me also. And if you want to subscribe and hit that little bell to get notifications when my videos come out. These are every Monday, cabins on Thursday, and every Saturday is like a miscellaneous ship tour, port tour, whatever, something Carnival related. I need to work on that, my most embarrassing things I've done on a cruise ship video, and see if I can find pictures and videos of all the things I've done. Boy, are they embarrassing. From karaoke to hairy chest to putting ping pong balls in my Speedos to shipbuilding. Always seems to involve Speedos, though. And on that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.